Ladies and gentlemen, a blessed afternoon, Thursday afternoon to the summoners and the viewers of our stream. We welcome you here at Game 2 of the group stage of the Garena All-Star Championships 2016, where the players are playing live from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. We're going to be your shoutcasters for this game. I am Shinbu with a 149. Of course, with me is G10 coming at you, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, and Shinbu, we just witnessed an explosive game, a very shocking game.
Yes.
Last game
Yes,
between Vietnam and Malaysia.
As I recall on the stream, it was a major turnaround.
It was not. It was a major comeback.
Major comeback
It was
by the Malaysian team.
By the Malaysian team, they just went. They were losing. They were losing up until they won.
Okay.
And that is an amazing game. That's League of Legends for you.
That's pretty weird to listen to.
Yeah.
They were losing until they won. Boom! They won.
Boom! They won.
They're losing. They're losing.
They were losing so bad.
But they won. But
And
they
then
won.
They won with a negative gold lead.
But of course, understanding that, what happened there?
What happened there was
Yes.
that the back two damage dealers, Varus and Oriana,
Okay.
they were stuck by their tower while the rest of the team was fighting alongside the river.
This is Varus and Oriana.
They got sniped down by the curtain call
By the
and
curtain call.
Chaos Storm.
Okay, that is Varus and Oriana is on the side of SG.
Yeah,
Singapore's
no,
team.
they were on Vietnam.
They're on Vietnam.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
Singapore
Vietnam.
is,
Yes.
yeah, Singapore is.
It was Malaysia. Of course, what we'll be
not
playing here is
there,
for
yeah.
Singapore for
Singapore
Team 2
versus
because Thailand. So
Yeah.
going back into that game, so Varus and Oriana got sniped.
They got sniped and Chaos Storm, so that there were no damage dealers for
Mhm.
Vietnam to rely on, and then they got ran down by Malaysia. They got they actually went from the first tier mid tower was up,
All right.
so they took that and then they just barreled it all the way down
From the inner
into
mid
the
lane
Nexus.
into the inhibitor mid
No,
lane.
from the outer mid lane
From the outer mid lane
into the Nexus.
Nexus.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a major comeback. One of the interesting things to see here at the All-Star event, you know, going into this to an All-Star event. So we obviously know what the format of an All-Star event is. It's where you, for your league, for your respective country, you'll have this votation of your favorite All-Star. You know, somehow the
Players.
basis for making those votes is because of the players' reputation on certain lanes, on certain roles, and the aim is for the country to build up and come up with a dream team. A dream team. As we all know, we're very familiar with the All-Star event. The All-Star event held at major cities like, I think that's last time it's
Paris.
Shanghai. This time it's gonna be held in Barcelona.
Yeah.
So, I think in South America. So,
No, Barcelona is in Spain.
Barcelona, Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the All-Star event, right?
Yeah.
Or for the IWC. Definitely IWC All-Star event will be held in Barcelona. But of course, for the upcoming All-Star events, it's interesting because they have this 1v1 matchup, they have these promo games, they have these modified games like Team Ice versus Team Fire. But for this, it's like more on just really building up a dream team. Yes, for these six countries participating here at the Garena All-Star Championships. So, getting into this match, what we have is Thailand and Singapore.
Right.
Yes, two powerhouse teams. That is the Thailand Pro League and of course versus the Legend Circuit Singapore. I'm very excited, of course, knowing these two players. I mean, we have Juke, we have Intreso, we've seen them in GPL.
Yeah, definitely. And if you remember, it was Thailand that was number 2. Yeah, if you remember, they almost beat Vietnam. It was very close series. It was 2-2.
Yeah.
And then Vietnam just came in and won the whole thing.
Yes, of
But
course. Yes.
Not to make them seem less powerful because they definitely are a very powerful region.
Yeah.
And we'll see what their players have for us today.
Yes, I also want to highlight the players that we've been familiar with, especially during the episodes of the Garena Premier League. Of course, I want to mention that Lifer will be playing for the ADC position here of the Singapore team. Yes, the Legend Circuit. So, you know, there's a lot of expectations coming into their lanes. Specifically per country, I would like to send my bigger shoutouts to our international viewers I've seen in the stream chat. We have some Vietnamese viewers, we also have some cheering for Malaysians. But of course, this is a full English stream, so it's actually pretty much intended for the Malaysian viewers and the Singaporean viewers and the Philippine viewers because I think Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand has their own stream as well in their local dialects. But again, I want to send my bigger shoutouts to all of our English viewers to the Singapore Singaporeans, to the Malaysians, and of course to the Filipino viewers. Again, may I ask that if you could take a screenshot of this stream. Okay, our stream link is gaming.youtube.com/user/phgarena/live. That will directly lead us on. That will directly lead you onto this live stream, and of course we are also live at the Singapore Facebook fan page, and as well in the Garena Esports Philippines fan page, who made this broadcast possible.
Yes, and definitely if you want to take a screenshot but don't want it to be boring, Shinbu and I will strike a pose for your screenshot pleasure.
Give us 2 seconds, and here we go.
All right, that's
Okay,
it.
all right.
Screenshot taken, now share it and have all of your friends watch.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, that's the vibe, that's the fun of this all-star team. That's why I like witnessing these all-star events, because as I mentioned, I've been flagging earlier that we're discussing about the dream teams here, the legendary combinations. What if this player managed to get paired up with this player? What if these two players, for example, there's this powerhouse ADC on another team, and for the other team there's this powerhouse support, and they've been on each other's throats for a certain league.
Yeah,
and imagine if you put them together.
Yes.
Will it go north or will it go south? That's the biggest questions.
Yes, and those questions will be answered in this tournament.
In this tournament, ladies and gentlemen, and to our viewers for the Legend Circuit Singapore, and of course for the Thailand Pro League. To our viewers from Thailand and Singapore, which matchup, which combination would you like to see? Which will be the most interesting? So again, of course, later on, of course, considering the matches, we still have a lot of matches. This is the group stage, playing around a double round robin format. So we'll have 6 games for 6 teams, and we'll roll another one tomorrow. So as you mentioned, as you mentioned earlier, we'll invest Thursday and Friday. That is November 17 and November 19 for the duration of the group stage, and as well as for the tiebreakers. And we're gonna proceed with the playoffs in the weekends, 19 and 20, ladies and gentlemen. And we are now live for the drafting phase, ladies and gentlemen, as the bans has been rolled out from these two teams. Once again, Thailand versus Singapore.
Yes.
Thailand Pro League, ladies and gentlemen, versus the Legends Circuit.
The Legend Circuit has banned Syndra.
Syndra, a very recruiting band coming in from the World's 2016 meta.
Syndra is just an amazing champion.
Yes.
There was this post on Reddit that I saw that Syndra can actually has the potential to one-shot you using just her ult.
Okay. Yeah, actually, yes, of course, if you manage to stack up those
7 balls?
dark spears, if you manage to 7 balls, if you manage to obtain the 7 dark spears along the map, if you consider the duration. Like, there's this max duration for a dark spear to stay in the map, plus stack it up with the CDR items.
And then just one ultimate.
Yes,
and
one ultimate, yes. And also, going back into the bans here, we've seen a Jace, interestingly, we've seen a Rise, lots of it gonna pick up from the League of Legends World Championships 2016. Interestingly, yes, entering the meta, even though with the nerf, and as I played her in the 6.22 patch, I think she's still quite strong. Nidalee gets banned here, paired with a list a lot of disabled bans or disabled picks has been laid out here by the Thailand team against the Singaporean team. Paired this with a Karma, of course. Very clear that we are seeing. Of course, this could be set as a target-specific bans but overall these bans are powerhouse picks. Getting removed, so they don't want to deal that. We have to take note that there are still viable options, viable champions who still fits into the meta well. That gets picked, and that goes for the Jhin. First pick here by the Thailand team.
Yes, followed by Kennen
and Olaf. A lot of engage being put into the table by the Singaporean team. The answer would be a counter engage kit in the form of the Stranglethorns of the Zyra paired with the Victor, but Singapore doesn't stop from there. They still want to follow through. They will go for the Ashe. And what is this? A Misfortune support going all Korean here in the Southeast Asian League.
The whole reason that Misfortune support was picked was because of the Zyra.
Yes, it is a very direct counter pick against a Zyra support. So, the support champion here from Thailand has not been yet picked up. But interestingly, they won't pick up the Blitzcrank. The direct counter against the Misfortune support. They're gonna go for the Tam Catch because you don't want to actually pick up Blitzcrank with a composition that has a Kennen and has an Olaf.
That's true. That's true. You don't want to take them in and then just have your slicing meals from inside your entire team.
Yes, you don't even need to use your
Thanks for the
proto
free engage.
yes, or lightning rush, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no.
So instead,
It's actually going to be, I think, yeah, still
Oh,
Zyra
yes,
in the bot lane.
still I keep mentioning Blitzcrank, but we already have the Zyra.
Yeah.
We already have the
That's the whole reason
Zyra
that
support. Yes,
Miss Fortune's there.
and you cannot even adjust that in the mid lane.
Yeah.
So what they'll do is go for the full backline because there are two quite immobile champions here
Pretty
in the backline in the form of Miss Fortune and Ash. So there's gonna be the Zac getting peaked. See that in game 1. Interestingly, we have a Fiora.
Oh, that's actually, I haven't seen Fiora that much.
Yeah, actually. And I'm very curious about the Fiora versus Kenneth.
Yeah, especially
matchup.
In this match.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Kennen was nerfed a bit. Or was it 6.22?
Well, we could see that the final answer though here by Singapore. The nerf on Fiora,
No,
On
that
Kennen?
was yeah, on Kennen.
I think it's on 6.22.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Or as I recall, for the 6.22, the one who's been touched here was the Twitch.
Oh,
So,
because of the camouflage.
Yeah, I still want to check on the Canon because Worlds is not played on 6.21.
Yeah,
It was
it's
played on,
18.
yeah, it was played on an earlier patch. So I think it falls upon 6.20 or 6.19 where Canon will be touched there by Riot. But final pick here by the Singaporean team would be a Cassiopeia. Gonna put that on Kralix, pair that with the Victor. It's a pretty even lineup, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But of course, seeing this highlight from the Singaporean team, Cassiopeia getting picked, we would want to know more of the Singaporean team. So
Here we go.
let's check this video coming in from Singapore.
The last time we had Singaporean players in the All-Stars competition was with Chowie on AD carry and Hallelujah in the jungle. That was 2013, 3 years ago, a completely different tournament. And while we did have Singaporean players playing, they didn't do all too great. But this time around, different format, different competition, different team. I think we have a good chance at winning. I'm very, very excited.
So after Zankazor was voted in as captain, we worked together with him and we nominated a couple of names. It wasn't easy for him to put together the All-Stars team, but I'm glad we had professional coach Lee In-cheol to come down to help us with the selection and training boot camp. And I think after 2 intensive weeks, we finally gathered the All-Stars team.
원래 이제 지금 게임을 하고 있는 건데 사실 원래 게임의 기본은 즐거운 거죠. 네, 즐거운 건데 프로라고 한다면 그 즐거운 사람들을 대표해서 실력을 뽐내주는 사람이니까 조금 더 게임에 대해서 괴롭고 진지하게 생각할 줄 알아야 된다고 그게 기본이라고 생각을 해요. 일단은 일반적인 정글러라고 한다 그러면 결국에는 프레셔를 가할 수 있는 결국에는 라인에 서 있지 않은 초반에는 어디에 있는지 모르는 존재이기 때문에요. 의외성 그리고 압박을 주는 능력 그리고 정글을 장악하면서 라인을 도와줄 수 있는 여러 가지 능력들이 요구된다고 생각합니다. 일단 탑라이너 같은 경우에는 강한 라인전 능력 그리고 넓은 시야 사실 여러 가지가 많이 필요한 재능이 좀 필요한 그런 포지션이기도 합니다. 전체적으로 저 같은 경우에는 탑라이너의 개인적인 성향보다는 팀 파티에 합류하는 그런 타이밍을 잘 재는 그런 탑라이너를 좀 선호합니다. 역시나 미드 같은 경우에는 이제 데미지를 누킹하는 포지션이기도 하니까 조금 더 필요한 것들은 이제 좋은 반사신경, 사실은 넓은 장악 능력도 필요해요. 많이 움직이고 그리고 상대방을 움직이지 못하게 만드는 능력도 좀 필요하고요. 미드라이너 같은 경우에도 역시나 1대1로 라인에 서는 곳이기 때문에 스트레스가 많은 그런 지역이기도 합니다. 팀에서 가장 중요한 지역이죠. 전략적 이해도는 별로 필요 없고요. 제가 생각하기에는. 그리고 높은 반사신경, 그리고 반응 속도, 그리고 그 여러 가지 챔피언을 비슷하게 플레이해주는 그런 능력들, 그리고 팀원들의 말을 따라주는 능력들, 혹은 과감함. 네. 사실은 저는 AD 같은 경우에는요, 약간의 야생성이 좀 필요하다고 생각을 해요. 결국에는 마지막에 마무리를 지어줄 수 있는 사람이 아닌가라고 생각을 합니다. AD가 가지지 못하는 전략적 이해도는 서폿이 다 가지고 있어야 되고요. 그리고 팀을 이끌어주는 리더로서 역할을 또 해줘야 되겠죠. 쟤는 그런 포지션이기도 합니다. 전체적으로 맵 장악, 그리고 그 팀을 돌보는 능력, 그리고 중후반전에서의 흐름을 체크하는 그런 능력.
Being a pro player involves more stakes than a casual would. A casual usually takes games as something that is fun and stress relieving, but for a pro player, winning is everything. How pro players win their games is they put in a lot of time and effort into practice and mastering it at the highest level. I am excited to see how we are going to perform in the All-Stars, and I hope the best for us.
I'm very, very excited to see this Singaporean team make its mark first regionally and then hopefully all the way to the wildcard competition. How I think we're going to fare, it's honestly very hard to say at this point in time. Again, I think one thing that I have to point out is the fact that you have many, many strong personalities on this team. LY4, for example, BBTYs and Kazor. But at the same time, they are veteran players for some of these players. So I think they're very, very hungry for the international showing, and they have to be able to make certain sacrifices. If they're willing to play together as a team, downplay a little bit of that individual ego and work together under a unified captain, I think that we are going to do very well, because this is a talented, talented lineup. They just need to work as a singular unit, not as individuals.
There you have it, guys. What an interesting video. I'm very happy to see Life 4. So that's how he looks. He looks much like Sneaky, an
That's
ADC
true,
in
that's
NA,
true.
one of the top players in NA. Not to mention Zhang Kazor. Actually, because I've been following him also, seeing his matches. He has this kind of tanky pickups and also an aggressive presence when it comes to dealing with the jungle. Maybe, all the more that you are aggressive, you'll attract more viewers.
Yeah.
So all the more reason. Sometimes it's
That's
not
true.
usually the winning team or the qualifying teams
It's
that
the
gets
one that
voted for
makes
the
the
Peaches
best
All-Star.
plays.
Yes, it's the one who makes the best plays. It's the one who makes a mark to our viewers. And there you have it, guys. The Singaporean team from the Legend Circuit as they enter and face their opponent that is from the Thailand Pro League, ladies and gentlemen, Team Thailand.
It was also pretty interesting to see, the mindset of their coach, his notes on every role and how it's supposed to be played. And I'm pretty sure that that leads into a more cohesive team. If you're going to be playing with someone for 2 weeks, you really need to know how to get them to do what they need to do.
Yeah, not just game wise, but the synergy and the attitude that the player manifests or puts up when he is in game with other players.
That's true.
Who will
Very
make
true.
who will make the calls? What compromise should be done when it comes to strategy? As we mentioned, strategic compromise. So that you can properly make that specific style or come up with a specific style that works best, because these are 5 different styles.
Yeah.
Although if they came from the same team, that's a different matter.
Yeah,
but
but
that's
these are 5 individual players
Yes.
from different teams who have been handpicked by their
yes,
fans,
by the fans.
and now they're going to be represent their country, their region. Now, and it's so exciting for them.
Yeah.
It-
The bearing of the mark of the All-Star, the word All-Star. And I
Yes,
like the
they're
way
stars.
I like the way in the video how the players from the Legend Circuit Singapore has their own epithets.
Yes, I
Yeah,
really like that.
someone owning many laptops. How many laptops does this guy have? And yes, someone who always makes the call, but nobody listens
Nobody
to.
listens. Story of my life.
It's yeah, it's actually a recurring story here as well in the in PH and might be on the other servers. I like it. I mean, it presents
It gives more character.
a peak in the character of
Yeah.
our players, and that's what is character. That's what this All-Star has been.
Yeah.
It's one of the foundations of making an All-Star event.
Definitely, because our players are not just, they're not just their champions in game. They're also real human people like you and me behind the screen.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what you should also remember in your solo queue games.
It's gonna be a big problem if it's a fake human people.
Then that's a bot, and that's cheating.
Yeah. That's a bot, ladies and gentlemen. So we're just gonna wait up to load into the reef, guys. Once again, this is the full English broadcast brought to you by Garena Esports Philippines of the Garena All-Star Championships 2016. Our players are playing live from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam.
Yes.
So we would like to send a big shoutouts to the Vietnamese community, the love community. There are a lot of players in Vietnam. They have their own stream as well, you know. So
Yes. If you're Vietnamese, you should definitely go check that out.
I'd very much like to visit Vietnam and see the LOL culture here.
Actually, I just had Vietnamese food like before I shoutcasted, so I'm pretty, I also want to go to Vietnam because of the food.
Well, you just had a Vietnamese game.
That's so true. Technically, all these games are Vietnamese because they're all in Vietnam.
All in Vietnam. So thank you so much for hosting this All-Star event. Do take note, guys, that from Vietnam, we're gonna go to Barcelona.
Man.
Barcelona, amigo.
I think they call it Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yeah, because the Spanish, they have a list.
I see.
Yeah.
The accent I'm trying to pull up is a Russian accent, so it's in
Barcelona.
Barcelona. So we should go.
to Barcelona.
Barcelona. Having these All-Star events on different cultures,
Yeah.
it's also very fun. That's what I like about the All-Star. We love League of Legends for the competitive, the level of competitiveness that is
Yes.
getting put into the game.
But you gotta have
Yes.
some fun.
A whole year of, give us stress, a whole year of intense practice, a whole year of understanding an ever-changing meta
That's
game,
a lot of stress.
synergizing with your team, practicing, all for the sake of that career, for the dream of becoming a professional player. Well, they are already professional players,
They
but
made the dream, but
not just the dream, it's also the idea. It's
gotta
not
keep
about
going
being,
up.
it's not about just the dream anymore. It's about proving who's the best, who's really the best.
the prestige.
The prestige. We all just came from the recently stressful end of season.
Yeah.
The
So
the deadline of the competitive season.
Yes, November
Yes.
8th.
So this is like having this All-Star events. It's
It's a good time
it's a
to
good
wind
time
down.
to chill.
Yeah.
All-Star and chill. All-Star and chill.
Yes.
That's what I call it.
Stream and chill.
Stream and chill, ladies and gentlemen. So,
Chill
this
with
is,
us on
this is
stream.
just one leg of the recruiting hype as we pave our road on the way to from the IWC, after this, IWC All-Star event, to the All-Star event 2016 itself.
Yes.
You know,
Barcelona.
what in Barcelona, what matchup are you looking for this year?
Me?
Yeah.
I actually want to see.
Is it
in
Faker
this,
again?
In this
Faker?
matchup? No.
What?
No. I want to see. I want to see Bjergsen versus the mid laner of EU.
Oh, who?
I'm not sure because I'm not.
G2?
Perks?
Perks.
It's Perks?
Oh, from Perks.
Oh, really? Is it Perks? I just kind of want to see, an NA-EU mid matchup.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. But I also want to see the jungler matchup between Korea and China.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely clear love for China.
Okay.
And it may be, if I don't actually know if it's who it is in Korea, but I'm hoping it's Bengi.
Or, even go for Peanut.
Also Peanut.
Clear Love and
Yeah,
Peanut.
Clear Love and Peanut. Two of the
cute.
best junglers in the world.
Two cute names, but when they play their jungle roles doesn't go
It's not
anywhere near
cute.
cute. They
not
they,
cute.
they decimate your lane
Exactly.
if ever they have their eyes set on this. But of
Yeah.
course, we are here at the Southeast Asian region. Again, considering the players that will be playing here. As I mentioned, in the Singaporean team, I'm looking forward how Live4 will step up. Their coach said that it's actually the least technical role, but has some good reflexes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
the least technical role, but it's one of the most
Crucial, very crucial.
And it's also
Yeah.
very mechanically intensive.
Yeah,
If you know how to auto cancel and orb walk properly,
yeah.
it's way different than doing it on a professional level.
One of the major damage dealers in the game would be the mid laner and the ADC.
Yes.
You know, so you can imagine how 4 members from the other team, aside from the ADC,
Focus on them.
focuses on you. So you know, how do you rack up farm when you are a crucial target? Good thing we are in 6.21. You know, it's not yet the assassin patch.
Yeah.
Because they say that in the assassin patch, there will be a very hard time for the ADC position. But in my opinion, it's gonna be, I think, in an assassin patch, it's another patch that gets countered by the tank meta, the boss battle meta.
But
Yeah.
have you played against a Rengar this match?
Yeah, man.
Oh my god. If you play against Rengar and you're an ADC, it's just, you don't get to play the game. Your screen's always gray.
One of the players from SG. I think,
Rengar.
yeah, I think one of his epithets was your friendly neighborhood
your friendly
Rengar.
neighborhood Rengar.
Yeah.
I hope he pulls that off.
He's gonna be this champion who's like much like Spider-Man,
Yeah.
but doesn't spit webs. He spits bola strikes.
Yeah, bola strikes.
Bola strikes. I think in the update of Rengar, we could see that one major update on Rengar that puts him, you know, slingshot him into the top would be the update on the empowered battle bar.
Oh yes, because it's basically a mini QSS,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It makes you invulnerable to crowd control effects for 1.5 seconds.
and you could even build that spell shield item for AD champions.
Edge of Night.
Yeah, Edge of the Night.
You can have Edge of Night, Banshee's Veil,
Yeah.
and then your W plus a QSS. Nobody's going to lock you down if
Yes.
you're Rengar.
AD champion. Yes, and
Yeah.
of course, again, to our viewers, we're just gonna wait to load it to the rim. We're just having a little difficulty from the end of our players to start the game. But guys, to our viewers, I'm very sure that when we are live at the YouTube gaming,
Yeah.
some viewers are not yet logged in. So if you guys want to interact with us, you know, cheer for your team,
Definitely.
for Thailand, for Singapore,
It
be sure
helps
to log
them.
in.
Come on.
Be sure to log in. Be sure to
Yeah.
log in and share the stream link as well.
Yes, don't forget, it's stream and chill with us. Yeah.
Stream and chill.
Stream and chill, and if you want your friends to come join, stream and chill with us also. Don't forget to share the link
Have you voted for the All-Star?
for our All Stars.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What is your lineup for the Filipino All-Star?
For me,
Yeah.
I think it was Canon, Damsu. Yeah, Canon Damsu already. Was Light and I forgot my AD carry, but
Yes.
it wasn't EXO.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't EXO. And
Marky?
then-
Not Marky.
Oh yeah, it was
It was
Marky.
Marky,
It was Marky. Yeah. And then also Cerberus's support for
Server support Shadow.
Yeah, Shadow.
Alright, so
So you have Light and Shadow on
yes,
the same team.
that is of course one of the possible candidates for our All-Star team. Later on, they're gonna play in Game 4. So when you did that All-Star rotation, what was your basis for making those moves?
My bases?
Yeah.
I've encountered a couple of them personally, and I like them as people. You know. And you know.
Maybe your basis would be. Has it been close to a basis like because they win the games or no?
It's basically because I think they're really good. That's it.
They're really good.
Yeah. Because you know, kind of.
Because me when I made the vote, I like just recalled all their highlights, their expertise in the lane, and of course, the number of priority when I make the vote is the flashiness of their play.
There
Okay,
you
guys.
go.
It seems that we're gonna go on a quick break before we conclude with the game, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is the Garena All-Star Championships 2016 Game 2 between Team Thailand Pro League, ladies and gentlemen, versus Singapore, the Legend Circuit Singapore, and we're your shoutcasters. Should be with the one for an eye, of course, with Gina coming at you. We'll be back in a quick moment.
Sorry about that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hi.
welcome back here at the Garena All-Star Championships 2016. We just came in for a little bit of a difficulty.
Yeah,
When it
on the
comes to,
player
I think it's
side.
actually a bug splat on Intreso's PC. But again, we are now back. We're gonna be your shoutcasters. Again, I'm Shifu with one for now, and with me is G10 coming at you for this game 2. For this game 2 of today's episode. You know, a match played between Thailand Pro League and versus rather from the Legend Circuit Singapore. Now that our players are now available, we can get into the game as you know we want to witness this amazing League of Legends.
Yes, definitely. Because this is All-Stars, and that means that all of the players are stars in
Yeah.
their own regions, in their own regions' eyes.
I like that. All
Yeah,
stars.
that's why.
You know
It's
why
all-stars.
stars? Why stars? Could we just go for all best,
All bananas.
all bananas? You know.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of stars, and I think of Soraka and then banana.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest stars over the horizon as we fly up high in the Summoner's Rift. This is game 2 of the group stage match between Thailand Pro League, representing Thailand, versus the Legend Circuit, representing Singapore. On the
Yes.
blue side, we have Thailand Pro League. In the top lane is gonna be Intreso on that Fioro. Jungle, it's Noi on that Zac, and the mid lane is gonna be Duke for the Victor. The bottom two is gonna be Golden Feet on that Jin ADC and Seg on that Zyra support.
Is that the Duke of SKT? That would be funny, but
Duke in the mid lane though.
yeah, but for the red side, we do have Revive on that Kennen in the top lane, Zenkazor as Olaf in the jungle, Kralix as Cassiopeia in the mid lane, Life 4 as Ashe in the AD carry position, and Vera as Misfortune support.
Yes, gaming.youtube.com/user/ph Garena/live. That is the stream you are watching. Remember, you are watching from YouTube. We are also live in Facebook for the Garena Esports Philippines and as well for Singapore. So be sure to share everything. Share everything. Take a screenshot and invite your friends in as we witness amazing and exciting and I'd say flashing League of Legends action, as what we are about to witness is an all-star match, a Garena all-star match.
And they are all stars, as
Ah.
I said before. And
All starts on the
Ooh,
reef.
wow, actually Duke is gonna start. He's gonna take the first small raptor from Zenkazor's jungle. That's actually a very good strategy I've been using myself usually. It gives you level 2 off
Yep.
of one wave, and it sets back the jungler so he's not level 4 at the end of his clear.
Yes, but it's also though it's a very given away strat done there by Duke because
Yeah.
he came from the left side brush.
Yes.
You know, it's very intuitive that he made the invade on the Raptor camp, on your team's Raptor camp because of the health that was gone on Duke as Kralix has seen it. So we'll see though, we'll see if Zankazor will be delayed compared to Noi in terms of reaching that level 4. But you can see how Kralix, because of Duke not being present in lane quite early, was able to shove the mid laner. And that will probably Kralix on removing, or probably, I think he went for the ward on the Raptor camp.
Ah, yes. That's actually a pretty good strategy,
Yes.
honestly.
Denial.
Especially if you have a laner with a good level 2 power spike. Although the tendency is that the laner who stayed in lane actually pushes the other laner into their tower faster.
And you know, the aim is for like a denial game between
Yeah.
these two teams. But of course, this is an all-star. Don't go for the macro play.
Go for the
Go,
flashy
go
micro
ham.
plays.
Go ham, man. Go for the dive. Go for that level 2 gank.
Hey,
After
we've
the red
seen
buff.
level 2 ganks in Worlds. If you remember, I think it was CLG that
Yes.
went who went level 2 Aurelion Sol ganking into the bottom lane, getting a double kill.
Interestingly, as I recall earlier, the Singaporean team aimed for 5 unit invade in the bottom lane.
Oh yeah,
So-
we did see them,
You did see
but
that?
yeah,
Nobody
fell
fall
for
into
it.
the trap, yes. So we'll see Zankazor, they've said that he is an aggressive jungler. Can take
Yes.
a position here in
With-
the top lane.
Yeah, and Olaf is a good jungler to be aggressive
Yes.
on.
Early game,
Yeah.
I'd say. Even if you have the nice kit coming in from the Zax, Elastic Slingshot, course, you want to go for a gank early also in the game. Kasi Olaf as well. It's a matter of landing
You
that,
just
landing
have to
the
hit
undertone.
that axe.
Yeah, just land that, hit the axe and you got
Hit
a
that
lot of
axe,
damage.
pop the ghost, and then it's basically kill. And Vera here getting caught a little bit by that captive bot. Yes. First gang coming in for Noi. I mean, for Duke. I mean, by Noi.
Yes.
And it's not gonna result in more than just. Oh, Duke has
Ooh.
to pop ghosts for that. Actually, both ghosts down for mid laners.
Both goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
both goes are down.
That was an interesting gang because Noi actually he didn't stay long and he just went hi and then bye.
Yeah.
And
I wonder what's the background behind that.
Yeah.
Behind
I wonder if it
that.
was just a miscommunication.
I mean, I'm seeing, considering that Rape, Kralix has this mana or other bonus when it comes to landing.
Oh,
Ah,
and
wait.
the reverse gank. The flash has to be burnt there.
Okay,
Zenka's
so
over. Nice
Little
play.
by little, summoner spells are getting removed in this mid lane. And again, going back, so for the trade-up with Kralix, we know that there's a little bonus when it comes to landing the Twin Fang
Yes.
on a champion that is poisoned.
That's
So
true.
despite Kralix being low on mana, hold
Life
that up.
or life or gonna get taken very low. Ignite.
Call
will
it
tick,
reloading.
and the one hit from Sek.
Oh!
And that's the first blood going down for the support of Thailand. Sek. That was a very that was pretty weird, honestly. But here's and the response to that, a gank will not do much because Cannon just have his dashy.
I would push the flight time of the elastic slingshot.
Oh,
If you are on
you're
this kind
closer.
of level of mechanics when it comes to considering a professional player,
That's
you can
true.
easily dodge that, especially if you have a cannon with a lightning rush up.
that's true.
So right now, 1 minute, or rather 1 kill on this, 5 minute 55 seconds mark. Interestingly, that bottom lane matchup where Vera went in for the Jin, they
Yeah.
are not on the same page.
Yeah,
With
it-
he's not on the same page
the
with Life.
communication was just kind of off right there, and that resulted in Life or dying for it because Vera wasn't able to juke the Zyra's was it the grappling thorns, right?
Yes.
And then she got caught by the Jin W, the captive odds, and this Life or coming in for the save wasn't worth it.
Yes, and I'd call for that kind of trade that let's just aim for one target.
Yeah.
They aim for different target. It was Sek who went in on Lifer, and it's obvious the Zyra will stop up.
Yes, Kralix gonna get taken to almost half a, but that's just a lot of damage and sustain from Cassiopeia. Has to
Alright.
flash out though.
Lots and lots. Oh, no summoner spells left
No
in this
subs
mid lane.
left.
Still
Oh,
the fact
there's
goes
a
on.
fight. Zenkays are going in hard onto Sek. Will get that kill. And, ooh, actually revived from the back.
Oh!
He TP'd in, got the slicing maelstrom off, but didn't stun Duke. He did get Noi for a bit, but that's Zac. He's a bit too tanky to just take down.
Yep.
So that's just a 1-for-0 in response to another 1-for-0. But look at this. Zenkezor has control of this side of Thailand's jungle.
Presence of an Olaf. Early game. Presence
Yes.
of an Olaf.
And
early game.
there it is. Cold Feet in trouble here. That's a level 6 Olaf. There
Yep.
goes the Berserker's Rage.
Yes, and here we go. 7 minutes into the game. That's 7 minutes into the game, 30 seconds. So we could see how Zangazor aims to fully take control, considering the deep wards that is invested here on this
Yes.
red side jungle.
That's a pink ward. Very deep, very early in Thailand's
Yes.
jungle.
It's actually, as I recall, it's like an Aranea ward
Yeah.
where you just put a pink ward on the red side jungle of the enemy because that's one major objective. It's relatively deep, and
Not
in
many
the-
people actually check when
yes,
they walk
in the
that
laning
rush.
phase of the game, not many people checks that one. So at the very least, it gives you an idea if ever you spot someone, if whether the jungler is in the bottom lane side or
Yeah.
in the top lane side.
Actually, this also happened in Worlds against SKT. It was Sam Smith put a ward in SKT's jungle, very deep in that same position,
Yes.
and it stayed there for almost 15 minutes, I think. It was an incredibly worth it ward to put down.
Yeah. The longer the lifespan of the ward.
The more
Uh,
gold value it actually
yes.
generates.
Let's see though. In my opinion, of course, considering the vision, you still have to give it to Sek, getting that first blood. But of course,
Yeah.
that's just a small bounty that gets offset little by little, especially with the presence and the contribution that Zankazar is able to put here. Yes, and to
Yeah.
put this in this red side jungle, because Sek taking up a position here.
Actually, Noi,
Yes.
he went in counter jungle the red buff of Zenkazer, but then Zenkazer just kind of didn't do much to the other red buff, so that's a good steal coming in from Noi.
Yes, man. So, and again, discussing that first blood earlier. Sek, a Zyra versus an Ashe. Early into the game, it's gonna be Zyra who's winning. So
Yeah, that's a lot of damage right there.
I really want that it went 2v1 against the Zyra. Right now, though, SG, after taking up this
curtain
aggressive
call.
composition, curtain call.
Oh, and there's an Enchanted Crystal Arrow going straight for it. That's actually great counter to Jin.
Yeah.
If he tries to curtain call, just Enchanted Crystal Arrow right on top of
You
it.
know that mechanic against snipers?
Yeah.
When one of the inherent weakness of a sniper is when the shot has been casted, you somehow got an idea where the sniper
Yeah.
comes from.
So you can counter snipe them.
Yeah, of course. And what has been used here is Life Force, Enchanted Crystal Arrow. I was wondering about Golden Pit's very early curtain call.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. I don't think he actually even shot any of it. I think it was just to ward off the Olaf gank.
Olaf Gang, or might be for a wave clear. But yeah,
No,
my guess is
no.
a ward of Olaf Gang because he
Yeah.
has no vision. He has no vision on that bottom lane.
Yeah, because we saw Zangazer was right there.
Yep.
He saw it. He knew he could get dove even with Sek right there. So he just used the curtain call to try to dissuade Olaf from ganking.
And Jen Kaiser, as we mentioned, is putting a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Here in this bottom lane side.
100% kill participation.
Yes. So we'll see. There's a lot of action. No, not really much of a lot of action, but again, potential action that can collapse here in this
Yeah.
bottom lane. Maybe they want that Ocean takes or the first blood turret. Considering my as well that the top lane matchup, even though both are scaling well, they don't want to visit that. It's like I got these guys. It's either Impresso or it's either Revive. And right now, seeing the kind of a bit of a CS advantage here. Well, you have to give it to Revive. He recalled. It's a little bit of a CS lead
Yeah.
in favor of Impresso.
Well, that's kind of because Kennen isn't really a lane winning champion. He's more of a
Yep.
team fight winning champion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, while Fiora is kind of the opposite.
I find
Unless you get the
Cannon's
steal.
wave clear kind of awkward.
Yes.
Because
Have to
good
run
thing there's the
through
Proto Belt though. But of course Proto Belt runs on around 40-second cooldown. It's gonna do much.
Oh, curtain call being dropped. Berserker's Rage. He's just going to run away from that. That was 2 ultimates blown by that for that kill.
Yes.
And Colden
Thanks
Feet
to make
here
this
trying
chase.
to go for Vera. She's very low, but Life Force is also low. Just had to reload there. Will flash out.
Oh!
Juke with a secure.
Everyone's gonna commit.
Death Laser going in. Life Force going down. Colden Feet getting that kill. And Noi will just walk out of there even though Duke was the one tanking the tower.
At first, it was Singapore who's been poking into the jungle of Thailand.
Yeah.
But what happened is just Thailand took the cam. We're gonna go for a re-engage. Let's wait for them to, they've been forcing a lot of things, and
Yeah.
that's prone to mistakes. And yes, it has been, with Stankazer going so low, it's time to engage. Even go for 2-man tower dive in the bottom lane.
That was actually that was a good play on 2 fronts.
On 2 fronts, yes. And in the end, despite the pressure that Zenkazer aims to put here on the red side jungle, here in the bottom lane, it was still Thailand's bottom duo managed to destroy it. Took the first blood turret against Singapore.
Yes, Thailand. That is a big boost to Thailand, especially with Colden Feet having 100% kill participation for his team. He's in 3 out of the team's 3 kills, and that's very big, especially if you're a Jin, because you're gonna want to get your Duskblade and your Yomus as fast as you can, because that just gives you so much damage.
And you have to consider the magic penetration boots also getting rushed here by Zek.
Yes.
So it's very clear that he aims
A lot
for
of
that
penetration.
damage. Yes, a lot of damage from those plants, from the stranglethorns. Prompting, all the more prompting and stopping the heavy engage that Singapore has to offer when we enter the mid game.
Yeah, but the only thing he can really stop is revive here with that cannon, because if Zenkazer can just ult in and just go for the backline, just go for that Jin, if he has his ultimate up. Yeah.
Alright, and into this game, 3-1 still. Oh, there's a pause, ladies and gentlemen. But at the very least, we're like a few minutes away almost, less than 2 minutes
Yeah.
before we enter the first quarter mark of the game. You'd be expecting the first dragon, in the 14-minute mark. Usually that is where the first dragon will be taken. And again, I'd say observing Singapore's advance in the bottom lane, they'd want to also take the dragon as well, but the story here is it all went south because of the Zinkies are getting caught up position, and Thailand's team having the prerogative to go for the tower diving. Yes, we
Yeah.
can. They even allowed the Victor to tank the trial, but it doesn't matter. The members, the bottom two here of Singapore has been so low. So far, it is very interesting. As we pave our way into the first minutes and into the few minutes before we enter the 30-minute mark, or rather into our game. So again, guys, we haven't seen an explosive match,
Not- well,
match yet. Yeah,
Not yet, because
I'm not seeing
we're
any
still-
slicing maelstrom.
We're not even in the mid game.
Yeah,
yet.
it's not even yet the game. It's the late laning phase.
Yes, late laning phase. But if you would notice, when we come back here in a second, the ward that Singapore placed in Taiwan's jungle is still there.
Yeah. So it's scaling, but does that matter? I mean, you lost control actually of this river, and that means it will allow the other members of Team Thailand to influence the other lanes. The once peaceful lane of Revive against Intresso has been disturbed here by the bottom duo.
Yeah,
of
and now
Team Thailand.
everybody's up there.
Yeah, and Intresso actually already left the top lane. I'm gonna power farm. I'm a Fiora. I actually pushed her pass.
Yeah, now she's in the bot lane. You're gonna
Yeah.
go clear that wave, while Singapore is here looking like they're kind of fumbling.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
I'd say once that a few component items and one core item, sometimes it would be hard to do well against a Fiora. So
It's
who would you
incredibly
send?
hard.
Who would you send to stop this split push?
Personally, you'd have to send
Olaf.
Olaf, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because since Fiora is the grand duelist, she is very good at duels, especially with her ultimate up. And
Olaf is the Barbarian King, or that's Tryndamere, right?
Tryndamere
Tryndamere
is the Barbarian King.
Olaf is what? The guy with the helmet. No, it's Panchet.
Yeah, I think Olaf is just like the Barbarian or
yeah.
something. but all we know is he berserker rages right into the
Yeah,
fight.
it's actually Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I like calling it the berserker rage because
Yeah.
it's berserker rage.
what I like is the vicious strikes. It's like
Yeah.
it's very manly.
Vicious strikes,
but-
and it does true damage.
Actually, the
oh wait,
most
but that was the vicious strikes was the W, right?
was the W. Yes,
Yeah, my
the
bad,
one you
it
use for the one you would want to duel against the Fiora.
Yeah, life steal.
Because Fiora only wins the duel when it comes to mechanics. You would want to land on vital spots.
Yeah.
K-Storm, that's a K-Storm.
That was
That's pop.
all three ultimates from these three players.
Oh.
Kralix whiffed the petrifying gaze there,
Yes.
and that's two people from Thailand, Thailand, not Taiwan, pressuring the mid lane, while the rest of them are up here in the top lane.
You can see how Zac lost that trade against the Olaf.
Yeah.
As long as the Olaf is hitting you, as long as hacking
Yeah.
everybody with those mini axe, the Norse axe, I'd say he will win.
Yeah,
Vicious strikes, I'd say.
actually, if Zankazer were to duel Fiora, it's gonna be kind of a toss-up because Olaf, the lower he gets, the more
Yeah.
damage he deals.
Yeah, and that actually scales as well with one of the ferocity,
Yes.
Keystone Mastery. So,
Yeah.
so still, interestingly, because of this bottom duo, both bottom duo being left here in the
Lane
top
swap.
lane.
Oh,
There's
but
no
there's-
pressure in the bottom lane, even in the ocean tricks. And there we go. Now teleport as well from the cannon.
There is a teleport from
Yeah.
Revive, but that's gonna be a wasted teleport because Noi didn't even use. Yeah, he didn't. Oh, now he's dead.
Yeah. Let's see.
But
Let's
there's a
see.
curtain call. A teleport onto the blob to save it. That's Kralix doing some damage, but that's all 4 shots gonna hit. Oh, Strangle Thorns gonna take up Kralix.
Oh!
And that's another knockup. Kralix gonna go down to Noi.
The
Meanwhile,
repel.
Zankazer getting dueled by the Grand Duelist Intresso. Gonna go Q over that wall and get onto Life Orb. Those volleys won't save you here, maybe.
Ooh!
Oh, that's a direct hit, and that's, oh my god, she just,
Juicy, man.
she parried the Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Oh.
What a prediction.
What a prediction, ladies and gentlemen. And he that's how Intresso played it. He knows too well that I could be stopped by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. So one turn from the Ash, go for the parry. You put in the CC or land in the CC, and I'd say that's also the Captivate Audience done by Jean.
Yeah, that was.
Or rather,
that
Deadly
was-
Flourish done by Jean.
There, Deadly Flourish.
Yes.
Captivate audience. Well, captive audience was the E.
Was the E, was the
Yeah.
trap. So the Deadly Flourish coming from Jean lands the CC and gets the
Yes.
final kill.
That was
So-
so deadly indeed.
Yes, I'd like to check out that.
And that's a
on
2-for-1
replay.
turret rate.
Yeah, that resulted in the 2-for-1. Yes, and you know, at least Revive not being able to join that fight was
Yeah.
managed to destroy and pull up the tower. Look at that. So you can see how Zankazar was mauled not just by Intresso but also by the Repair Run.
Yeah.
And also look at Life or escaping his life.
Ooh, but
Escaping
here we
for
go.
life. So that's the Deadly Flourish connecting, and there we go.
That was
Nah,
beautiful.
very beautiful parry done by Intresso. You can see how Intresso was picked as the top lane all-star player here by Thailand.
Yes, that was a
Ah,
very
w-
big.
w-
That was
We
good.
got the play that we've been begging from
Yeah.
this all-star team.
Just the small mechanical details in playing Fiora makes her an easy champion to learn, but a hard one to master. And Interessa has mastered that so well, because not only do you have to know your own skills, you have to know your opponent's skills and when they're likely to cast it so that you can parry.
350 Force completed as well.
Yeah.
This Fiora.
Wow, that's a
Sure.
very aggressive build.
Yeah, interestingly, there's no
No Black Cleaver.
no one's initiating yet on this Ocean Drake. So that's
Yeah.
because of, as well as Singapore has the vision using the Reef Scuttler on this Ocean Drake, and you have to take note that the engage potential is still in the hands of Singapore if ever somebody catches that
Just like this.
arrow.
But Zankazor is
Zankazor.
in. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was in trouble there.
Zankazor may want to reconsider his positioning whenever
Yeah, that's
he's
true.
there for team fights. It seems that
He burnt his ultimate for basically nothing there.
Yeah. And I'd say... Oh, it's a refill gun. I'd say that Zenkazor, I mean... He's playing well. One of the conditions to go aggressive and all that. But the thing is, you know,
Yeah,
he's
but
positioning.
here's Noi going in and the curtain call being dropped. Oh, the
Oh.
Chalic Crystal Arrow. That was a wide miss. And Noi will take down Zankazor. Live 4 gonna get taken down by Sek right there. Enchanted Crystal Arrow wasn't able to stop the curtain call, and that will be 2-for-0. And that should be a free dragon for... Oh no, what are they doing? Oh no,
It's not
Thailand
even a
doesn't...
dragon, it's
They
gonna be a
don't
Baron.
want the dragon!
Yeah, they have the damage actually in the form of the Jean plus the Fiora. They need the Fiora for this, but
I don't
Intresso
think
goes
they
ham.
do. Oh, Interessa, he just goes ham. I don't think they needed Interessa for that, because it's actually going on quite decently with Duke and Golden Feet here. We just Noi the tank, and there's a heal going to save Noi's life. They do need Interessa here now. But they might get taken down too low to actually fight if they... Oh, there. Actually, Noi getting executed, and Kralix here with a follow-up. That was a ballsy play, but it will not be rewarded because Kralix just took down Golden Feet. That was a ballsy Baron,
Yep.
but it didn't pay off.
I think I'd recommend Interest should have joined
Earlier,
that Baron, yeah, earlier. I would like to say that Zenkazor getting got out of position. I think there's this some sort of communication problem between Singapore team,
Yeah.
because it's like they're not on the same page whether as to Zenkazor would be aggressive when it comes to his positioning or not. So
Sure.
they're getting picked off one by one. Nobody's in the back line to maul through because Zenkazor is the one who gets mauled first.
Yeah.
But after that, Noi getting picked up, or rather after that initiate done by TPL, it seems they made a win. They traded that for the Baron. It was a nice call. The big mistake there was Intresso really not joining.
It wasn't just Intereso who didn't join it. Sek was also trying to zone. So I
Yeah.
think if
so there's a
Sek
lot of
was there-
damage. There's
Yeah.
a lot of damage
A lot of
that
damage was missing.
was not put in the Baron.
If, in my opinion, if Sek just went to the Baron instead of going to try to help Intereso, they could have gotten that Baron in maybe for free, but also maybe for Intereso's death.
Yes,
but that would be worth.
because the DPS on Zyra is really good.
It's pretty
actually
big,
taking
yeah.
objectives to like the Baron.
Yeah, so that kind of throw from Singapore sets up Thailand to take this dragon pretty free.
Yeah. You can see how Sek and even Noi do this decent damage. I'd
Yeah.
say even without Duke on that one, but of course Duke helped. But again, considering, because what I understand from Zyra is when you play a Zyra, you can easily counter her by maneuverability.
True.
Yeah, you just need to dodge your skills, not stay on his plants. But Baron is not mobile. He actually sticks in place.
You just
So,
kind of
He just
look at
sits
it
there in front, stand there in front, and allows the plants to just whip him through. So that's why, as you mentioned earlier, Sek should have joined that Baron
Yes.
Baron siege early
Not to
on.
mention, the plants could have tanked the Baron for a
Yeah.
while, letting Noi live.
Noi died in a Baron in an all-star match.
Yeah.
A Baron, you know, so it's very clear that that call was forced. Say so, you know, with that kind of decision making, even though with a 3K goal lead here by Team Thailand, if Singapore, you know,
mean-
intuitively capitalize on those kind of mistakes that could be done again by Thailand, then they can also make a comeback, same as Malaysia.
I would like to remind people of that game. Of just the last game. Malaysia was losing very hard right up until the moment that they won. The same way that that Vietnam was winning so hard. They were so much in the lead
Yep.
until they lost.
And I'd say
That's just League of Legends.
they need the damage of Sek. Sek has hunting guys.
Yeah.
And
That's a lot of penetration.
yeah, that's a lot of penetration, a lot of damage. So, you know, it's one crucial damage, it's one crucial champion or good target for the side of Singapore. And luckily it was a support. But, you know, I'd say there's a lot of damage getting put against Singapore. So, there's this idea of lesser defensive itemizations and optimization against in the side of Thailand. So that's where Singapore can capitalize. They just have the damage. They just have the damage. Doesn't mean that they are unkillable. The only one who's tanky is actually Noi. So why not we start picking up someone? You have to consider that a lot of members of Thailand is immobile.
Yeah.
Enter the late game, Cassiopeia will actually have a lot of movement speed despite having no boost.
Despite having no boost.
Interestingly, yeah.
Yeah, and
Despite
that
having no
just
boot, so-
frees her up to build more damage.
Yeah, so you could just build more damage, freeze up to build more damage, and you could just transcend within lanes and try to catch up someone who is split pushing. They could aim for this victory if he stays in this mid lane, or rather anyone that gets caught out of position in this right side jungle. But look at that once again, Zhang Kaiser with the positioning.
Yeah, he gets caught here, has to pop that Ragnarok.
Ragnarok again.
Yep.
Ragnarok gone.
He just keeps using it to get
Yeah.
out of small things.
Defensively, not using
That's
it.
very bad for team fights.
Not using it to, you know, go for the back line. Go
Yeah.
for the back line.
He could have just tried to distract them while
Yes.
the rest of the team dealt with Golden Feet, but no, he had to use Ragnarok to just get out of there.
It's a good thing that Life 4 is actually consistently doing his job in terms of CS against I mean in this Ash.
Yeah.
But in
0-4, but still ahead
this is
of
a
CS.
good tempo if you are against attacking opposition, because you'll be dash dead and you'll be in range to hit them. But when it comes to this, if you are in range of Duke, of Golden Feet, of Sek and Intresso, that also means you are within their range as well.
Yes.
So you are within the damage range, and that's where it could go south. Let's see though whatever team fights will break out. It seems a lot of pressure is being put here in the top lane.
Yes, there's so much pressure being put there. Actually, in my view, Kaiser doesn't really trust his team that too much.
Oh.
And then because of that, he doesn't have Ragnarok to get out of this, so he will go down to Duke. But
A lot
Sek
of
will
damage,
go
though.
down to Krelix, who is now 3 kills more than. Oh, but there's a slicing Maelstrom. Gonna slice into Duke, and he will go down.
Oh!
Life 4. Boy went in at a bad time, and he will go down for that. That's Singapore.
Yeah,
Getting
that's
3
Singapore.
for 1.
That's Singapore winning up, but
Will they be able to?
those are,
get to-
I think, I'd say
Intresso
that's-
wasn't there.
yeah,
Intresso was not there.
it's these two junglers with the mistakes.
Yeah.
Zhang Kaiser without any Ragnarok, and his positioning, he can easily get embraced by Noi, and
And
Noi
they had-
as well.
They had
You know,
no vision. Singapore had no vision in the top jungle where Noi was, which is a mistake because they were all there.
It's kind of a messy team fight actually, I'd say.
It was pretty messy.
Yeah.
It was a throw.
Yeah, you know, Zhang Kaiser with his
Thailand.
awkward positioning. There's a good ultimate coming in from Vera. Plus the synergy, Life 4, man, I'm a big
Yes.
Life 4 fan. And you know, again, that complements the ultimate from Vera. This cannon ult, I wonder, could have been used better, but this is where the throw. Observe Noi.
Goes
Noi!
in while Golden Feet and Intresso were going out.
Yeah. Why would you even do that? I mean, even if you manage to land that CC, you're gonna
Yeah.
get popped. And the
That's
remaining
true.
targets against four members are 2 squishies.
Yeah.
So it's really intuitive that the rest of the members of Thailand would not support the re-engage done here by Noi. So yeah, it was a big mistake.
It was pretty big
Fatal mistake done there by Noi. At the very least, it's not that punishing. There's not much of an objective that was removed in the map.
because
Maybe
Dragon
except-
wasn't there.
Yes, a little bit of a vision reset. But no, you cannot afford to do that again, especially if you
Yeah.
are within this mid lane range with Cloud Drake available.
Yeah, I would actually also like to commend Thailand's
Headband.
wave, their wave management.
Yep.
Because of their wave management, Singapore wasn't able to get anything out of that, team fight.
Yeah.
So because they had to go to mid lane instead of just pushing down top lane, getting the last auto tower.
And look at how many wards are still left.
Yeah. What I
Thailand was
noticed,
able to put in this red side jungle.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like Thailand playing it as really as a team. I wonder
True.
if
it feels like Singapore is less of a team
Yeah.
than just like 5 really good players. Because you saw Zenkazer just pops Ragnarok to get out of anything. That's like there's no communication between the team, no trust.
Yeah. Because you could see the combo. If you
Yeah.
ask where is the combo, it falls into the
It's right
hands
there.
of Thailand. The follow-ups. Look at that. Golden Feet has been landing those deadly flourish, those W's.
Definitely.
Every time that Noi tries to touch someone, Zankasar, I might expect again Zankasar either getting out of position or popping his ultimate.
Yeah.
Defensively. So let's visit the itemizations. The itemizations here, good thing for Singapore is that they could rely on one heavy card that is Revive. Revive now,
Yes.
aside from the Proto Belt, that is not yet. I think that's not yet nerfed. That Proto
Not
Belt.
yet.
Yeah, it's on
It's nerfed in-
6.22.
Yeah, 6.22.
6.22. And you know, there's also the Zonia's Hourglass. So one crucial setup.
Those
A
are
cannon.
good cannon
Yeah,
things.
a good cannon ultimate. Like on Spam could
Yes.
turn a could heavily turn a game.
Was that a misclick or did Sek just use his ultimate on the Baron?
Maybe wanna involve.
Oh!
no!
Oh! He stole it with the axe!
What?
What was that?
Oh!
Okay, Life takes down Noi as a Gazer just berserker rage just says, "This Baron is mine!" And it takes it. No, he actually, I think he smited it.
He
but
just walked.
He walked in.
He
walked in,
Goes for the smite.
took it, and then ran out.
With very few vision.
There was zero vision there.
I want to see that. It's there's that mechanic, and we've been
Oh
building
my
up a lot of
God.
doubts
Yeah.
over Zenkazor.
But that was so good, and they got the Cloud Drake from that too.
it was so
Whoa.
good.
Yeah, it just solidifies my theory that this is a team of 5 really good players, because that was a really good play. and at least this time his team got him because they were able to protect his escape.
Zenkazor is a good jungler. if you'll base it on that,
Yeah,
he needs to work on synergizing with his teammates. He
Yes.
just really needs to work on synergizing with teammates.
definitely one of the more important things
Yeah.
to do.
They just
here.
tone it down. We have the Baron. Aim for the mechanics. If you are able to like blind smite a Baron, then
And that's amazing.
Why not
Even I
just
can't
play
do
it
that.
by the book? Why not just play it by the book and not
Yeah.
go full solo leading this game? There's a lot of CC that you'll receive initially
Yeah.
during team fights where you keep on orb walking. So that's the
I also-
danger.
Speaking of orb walking,
yes,
I'd like to mention your boy Life 4.
Live 4.
He used to be 0-4. Now he's 3-4.
Wow. Live 4.
Life 4, Life 4, Life 4.
Live 4.
For
Yeah.
life.
I think he's gonna stay on that
Oh, Enchanted
4
Crystal
death
Arrow.
mark. He plans on
Hopefully.
staying that 4. Maybe
Except
he likes
missed the Enchanted
he likes the
Crystal
number
Arrow.
4. Game will collapse here in the mid lane.
Then this is Zenkazer going to be taken down once
Oh,
again,
ultimate.
but there's a slice.
Not on the same page.
Not on the same page at all. He just left their top laner and jungler to die right there. That was weird because they already didn't have the Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
But there's still the ultimate from Misfortune.
Yeah, they didn't use that at all. That's pretty confusing, honestly, to me.
It's not confusing. It is very clear that even with the Baron buff, SG needs to step up
they
on
need
their
their
synergy.
synergy.
Yeah, they really need to see. They really need to synergize themselves. I mean, this is
That was
too
pretty,
much. Like,
yeah,
if-
that's so weird.
if there's any skill that you would want to combo second to the Petrifying Gaze on top of the Misfortune ultimate, it would be the Cannon ultimate, Slashing Pressure. But look at that.
Yes. That was great.
That's a smite. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that
smite was on
smite.
cooldown. The smite was on
is
cooldown. So I thought it was an undertop. Could have been amazing, but it
Yeah,
it
that
was an
would have been
undertop, but
amazing, and
yeah.
it would have meant that Noi didn't smite. So I don't think that's a reasonable expectation.
Yeah. 11-7, ladies and gentlemen, of a game that one team posing better synergy against the other, whereas the other has better mechanics
Yeah.
individually. One of the old stories that can be expected in an all-star match.
Nah,
in
except
an
for
all-star
Intereso.
match. Except for
Except for Interest. I think he has overall better mechanics than
yeah.
Revive.
the revive, yeah, I'd say. And that's the problem. Interest has been scaling on a very, mechanical champion.
Yeah,
And
and
again,
that's
Zakazor!
Fiora.
With his positioning.
Why is he always... he's trying to make these very aggressive plays when they're behind.
Oh my god.
This is...
They need to make a peak. They need to make a peak. They have a Cloud Drake. They have an off-combat movement speed that allows them to,
run down someone.
yes, run down someone. Actually, it's an off-combat. So at least, at the very least,
Run up to
transition.
them.
Yeah, transition from different lanes.
Yeah.
So maybe they would want to remove Bounty on Impresso. That's one target. Yeah.
Maybe, because Interest is pretty big. Challenge Crystal Arrow gonna go on to Duke, and that's the bullet time. Gonna take him down, but it's actually Calyx gonna take it down. But Life4 will go down to the Jin.
Life for Popso.
Life4 getting taken down by the
Yeah,
4
moves,
guy,
yeah.
but Golden Feet almost gonna take him down by Kralix, but that's a double kill for Intresso right there. Sek trying to chase down, but they won't be able to catch Zenkazer right here.
Nobody was even able to touch Impresso.
Yeah,
Intresso will
oh,
go for the
actually he
dive.
flashes in for it, the dive, and that's the auto attack for the win.
Yeah, man, and 34
Revive.
minutes. Yeah,
Look at where Revive is. He's in the mid lane.
this is very much.
This is pretty bad.
This is very not easy.
Yeah, they're not in sync at all. Honestly, it feels like
Because
this feels like a ranked team versus solo queue.
yeah, because I'd say the options here for Singapore to come back is make a move.
Yeah.
They have a very nice composition when it comes to engaging someone. As in engage,
They
they
have
have the enchanted crystal arrow, so they can synergize with Live 4 to snipe someone. I'd say Impresso.
Yeah,
You know?
because Intresso's he's just been split pushing the
Yeah.
entire game.
Even with the parry
Oh, but
for the lockdowns.
look at this play. Look at
Let's
this
see. This is one combo at the very least. They need this play.
play. And that will be slicing Maelstrom, not slicing into the body, but he will get cold and
yeah,
feet.
corrects the Q.
And that is also Sek going down.
So what can they take?
But
What did
that
they do?
is an inhibitor turret to pay for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a couple picks and that's good. But Noi got away, and that's a tower. Those are. Oh, he didn't
Oh,
actually
wow.
get away. Nice. Revive actually taking the down too. There's the last guy.
Yes, you can see it's actually kind of a force fight done here by Singapore, trying to
Yeah.
remove that outer top lane turret. And
Yes.
it's better getting cut off. It's interesting going for the cleanup. This is kind of expected prior to that fight that you would send a Fiora, not behind Fiora, and I'd say decently fed Fiora to just go for the side lanes, teleport when something breaks out on the further lanes.
What makes me wonder is that Singapore did not have Revive didn't have teleport up, and they still went for that fight.
Yeah.
And they knew that Intresso had teleport up because they didn't use it before. Revive didn't have it up, couldn't respond to the team fight, couldn't Maelstrom, so they were gonna lose that fight if they took it. Yet they still took it.
Yeah, man. 35 minutes, make that 36 minutes into the game. You could see that members here of the Thailand Pro League All-Star team, they have a 1 to 2 item advantage against the members here of Singapore.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 1 to 2 item advantage and could be kneeling onto a one full item advantage, one core
Yeah.
item advantage against Singapore. Again, as we mentioned, options for comeback here of Singapore is to make a pick on someone. They have a good kit, even against Intresso's parry. They could go for Duke, but I'd say it's Intresso. Especially with this
probably
Fiora.
should be for
Yeah,
Intresso.
especially with this Fiora, with the strategy of split pushing and bounty of 601. A KDA of 601 would be a juicy bounty for
Yes.
your team. Let's see though. This
Oh,
is Intresso in a
Intresso
very bad position.
sliding
This is
into the base, trying to distract them.
They could aim for an arrow actually.
No, it's actually Intresso's trying to help his team out at Baron because he's distracting Singapore enough that Lifer almost dies to Sek there because they will go for Baron, but Sek will die. Baron is not taken. The whole thing that Intresso done was for nothing.
And this one, Singapore can capitalize on this awkward
That's pretty weird.
decision making done by Thailand.
Curtain call, gonna take down Life 4. It wasn't
Yeah.
even the fourth shot.
Thailand's kryptonite in this game, as I've observed, has been the Baron.
Yes.
They've been losing a lot of fights in the Baron.
Thailand, Dignitas of the All-Stars.
Yeah, first was the fail Baron Siege where they attempt to
Yes.
take the Baron and Noi died. So a lot of their members gets collapsed on by the
Yeah.
few members here of Singapore. That's
Second
one.
was the steal.
Second was the steal on Zenkazar, still done by Zenkazar. And now the third one would be this. The split push, the pressure done by Intreso. But good thing. Singapore intuitively predicted that, no, they're gonna go for the Baron. We should not go for Intreso. Let's just punish, their less fed members. That's one thing they could capitalize. All that Singapore needs is to,
They
group
should,
up.
Yeah. They should group. That was what I was gonna say. Because if they're so split up in these fights, just like right now, we have Zenkazor and Vera getting caught out. Vera gonna get put down in the dirt right here by Intreso and by Cold and Feet. And no, that was actually Duke. And then yeah, that's
No more
two members.
Zenkazar still.
Yeah, no more Zenkazor steals my.
No more Will
That's
it be?
That's a good barrier.
Will it be a Live 4? Live 4 ultimate steal?
Oh,
no, it won't be.
Because Life Force dead.
He gets
Intreso-
skewered.
See, Intreso, they
Gets
don't
skewered
need
by Intreso.
Intreso in this Baron fight because Intreso is just powerful on his own.
Yep.
So he just runs interference while the rest of the team does Baron, and this time it works.
A 4-member unit.
Yes.
A
and
4-member unit with one hyper carry, player with a superior micro mechanic.
it's not even. Yours not even a hyper carry.
Yeah.
She's a bruiser, and the fact that you can just 1v1 anyone like that speaks to how much Singapore has let Thailand roll over them this game.
Well, you mentioned Singapore's second over the last. I think that's on GPL. You mentioned Thailand was
Thailand was
second. Right?
Thailand was second.
I
Singapore
was
made it
sorry,
to the
yeah.
playoffs.
It's I mean Thailand, not Singapore.
Yeah,
So now it's manifesting itself here. So
that is true.
The bigger shout out to our Thailand viewers might be very happy right now. Though again,
That's a big Zac.
it's a
That's a big blob.
big piece of blob with the aura of the Guardian Angel in it.
He won't die.
Still, it's very
Oh
sad
my
that
God.
Singapore has been losing these games just because
Yeah.
they are getting caught out.
Yes,
Yeah.
they just get caught out in their
Even though
weirdest places.
this is an all-star match, even though this is an all-star match, it's like
it feels like solo queue.
at the very least, we aim for this all-star match to see the stylistic approach of these
Yeah.
different players.
Yeah,
But
and Enchanted Crystal Arrow will connect. And they're still going for the fights in case they're going to Berserker Rush in Kralix, taking down Sec in an instant.
Kralix with ultimate!
And there he's from the behind. Oh, gets shut down. Revived, but
Nice!
then that's a lot of them. That's 3 of them down. Noi gets away, but Indresa gets inhibitor for that.
give it up for Singapore. That's how it's
See,
done.
That's how it's supposed to be done.
how you play as a team.
Yes.
Just like that.
Just like that. You group up in the bush and then you ambush them.
Ambush them. Just go for the hard engage. Start with the arrow initiate. Even if it miss, if
Yeah.
you know that
And that's look at that. And
Yeah.
that was Elder plus that's Elder Dragon plus Baron on Thailand.
and they did that. And they
1
did
for 3.
that with Intreso having no teleport.
Yeah,
So it's
see?
it's a very intuitive initiate. So I thought it was a mistake when Zenkazar popping up the ghost, but
did
they
I.
still went onto it. Zenkazar, no, the one he touched first was Noi, but Crucial members who was able to finish this as a cherry on top was on revive, was Kennen, and Kralix.
That was a flash
At
petrifying gaze.
3-man petrified.
When they were running away, he
Yeah.
goes in front of them and stuns them. That was
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's like seeing your enemy surprisingly as you walk peacefully along the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you're running from someone away and the first one you see is another as an enemy
Exactly.
Cassiopeia. That petrifying gaze indeed petrifies you.
Exactly. And that was wow, that was really really good. As you can see, there are 5 good players and they're now starting to come together
Let's
as a
go.
team.
Let's
hope
go,
it's
Singapore.
enough.
Let's
to,
go, Singapore.
To help them win this game.
2015, 41 minutes, 40 seconds. You have to take note that Malaysia was able to make that comeback.
Yes.
Will Singapore do it? They have the mechanics. All they need is the synergy. Swinergy! Putting the win in the synergy.
Yeah. 2015. It's actually 2016.
Oh, yeah.
No, but the skill score is 2015.
Yes.
This siege is actually super painful for Singapore. They have to engage right here because Intreso's in the mid lane.
Yeah, I still want to take note that
Yeah.
Life 4 has still his Ash. Actually, all the hits that SG needs if they want to set up against.
Yeah, but I'm not
Against
sure they
Thailand,
want to
they
with
can do.
Intreso so near.
Yeah,
And there's the arrow
there's
gonna
the
hit
arrow.
Noi as the inhibitor tower goes down. Chaos Storm instantly dropped, and that's a bunch of damage. Curtain call, gonna call it curtains for
Intreso.
Singapore. Legendary. That's 2 kills down. Oh, and a third one. That's only Life4 and Zankazer on the defense. Random in spot, but it won't stop Intresso.
Ah.
He's still full health.
Ah.
Is he gonna go? Dude gets a killing spree, and that's Life4 trapped in his base, not able to do anything, and that will close out the game. Call it
Yeah.
curtains for Singapore.
I think that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. The mistakes of
Ooh.
the mid game and the
Acing them in the
early
base.
game will cost you the late game, even, you know, with the potential to have that synergy. My oh my, SG needs that synergy. A big victory for Team Thailand.
Yes, Thailand winning this war, and that was just a game that went from
It's a game of character. It's actually
Yeah.
a game of how it was approached by these players, by these all-star players, by these players who are not actually teammates.
Yeah.
Back in their home countries.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
actually from different teams, and it just showed so much in their play right now
Yeah.
because there was so little synergy, even though they're all mechanically good, but they're all really good at their roles as their champions, but it's just synergy
Yeah.
is the most important thing.
It answered the usual questions in an all-star match. Will they synergize or not? How hard can they be punished? Will their own micromechanics carry them to a win or to an advantage? Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yes. So there you have it, guys. The conclusion of Game 2 of the match between the All-Star team of the Thailand Pro League representing Thailand and of course the All-Star team of the Legend Circuit representing Singapore. A big congratulations to Team Thailand, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
This
job,
is,
Thailand.
again, Game 2 of the group stage for the Garena All-Star Championships 2016. We've been your shoutcasters. I'm Shibu with 149.
And
And
I'm G10 coming at you.
guys, we'll see you on Game 3. You know,
Yeah, but
especially-
here's Noi going in and the curtain call being dropped. Oh, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, that was a wide miss. And Noi will take down Zankazer. Life4 gonna get taken down by Sek right there. Enchanted Crystal Arrow wasn't able to stop the curtain call, and that will be 2 for 0. And that's and then because of that, he doesn't have Ragnarok to get out of this, so he will go down to Duke. But
A
Sek
lot of
will
damage,
go
though.
down to Kralix, who is now 3 kills for them. Oh, but there's a slicing Maelstrom gonna slice into Duke, and he will go down.
Oh!
Life4 Boy went in at a bad time, and he will go down for that. That's Singapore.
A game will collapse here in the mid lane.
Then this is Zankazer going to be taken down once
Oh,
again,
ultimate-
but there's a slicing
Not on the same
Maelstrom.
page!
Not on the same page at all. He just left their top laner and jungler to die right there. And that's the bullet time gonna take him down, but it's actually Kralix who takes down. But Life4 will go down to the Jin. Life4 getting taken down by the 4 guy, but Golden Feet almost getting taken down by Kralix, but that's a double kill for Intresso right there. Sek trying to chase down, but they won't be able to catch Singapore.